A little bit of tension there. Hey, YouTube/Reddit. I'm making this for a specific Reddit user named Civil Confusion 2085. Very cool name. Anyway, this is about high range. I've talked about this exact exercise in a previous video, but it was along with a bunch of other stuff, so I thought I'd talk about it separately here. This is an exercise I got from Markey, talking about really solidifying and knowing how to play that high range, not just being able to like squeak it out, but to get very consistent at it. And that's how it starts. We're in the key of F. I guess you can play this in any key, but F is a nice solid key that gets you some very important notes. And you're going to play 5 scale degrees up, air attack the top note 5 times, 4 quarter notes and kind of like a whole note, and then slur those 5 notes back down and air attack the bottom note again. And then what we're going to do is just boop, move that up 1 scale degree. Again, scale degree is not chromatic. And what we're looking for is a lot of things, but fearless air attacks. After we slur up in a beautiful legato, and that first note is tongued, by the way. Don't worry about that being an air attack. We're going to go up and we're going to fearlessly air attack these top notes. And by fearless, I mean not holding back, thinking the note's probably not going to come out, and just kind of not holding back. You want that air to go. So you can find the right speed and the right setup of the face for those notes to come out instantly with the same sound that you want for the rest of the note. I found for a while playing this that I would be really, really bright on these air attacked notes, and that they would darken in the latter part of the note. And that's because I was doing weird stuff at the beginning of the note to make it happen. This is a good way for me to have changed that. And again, don't rely on the tongue to start those notes. Air attacks only. We're going to keep going up. I'm getting a little bit of tension, which shows up as me playing a little sharp, a little bit high in the pitch, partially because I'm wearing this, and partially because I just need to work on this. Watch for that tension, right? It can show up in a lot of different places. For me right now, it's showing up in the lower abdomen, kind of the stomach area, where I'm making those fearless air attacks happen. It's good to use that to start the air, but you don't want to hold that tension as you're playing in a long note, or you're going to sound like this when you play. And it makes everything very tense, right? But watch for tension here, watch for tension up here. Maybe it's literally in the face. Lots of different places it could show up. Moving on. What I am looking for when I play this is to keep the exact same feel at the very center of the chops all the time. Playing legato, very small point of air that I'm always playing at. And when I do the air attacks, I'm looking for the exact same thing. If it starts to go really spread and wide, and the front of those air attack notes is unclear or starting on the wrong note maybe, that's because this has gotten a little bit too big. And I need to just think nice tiny little circle-shaped aperture. Moving on up. So that high G, the 7th partial, is a hard one because getting the airspeed for it is a little bit unfamiliar for those of us who play this or those of us who are just getting up into this range. It's a lot faster air than you use for the F right below it. And that's why one of those had a little bit of a ba-dup, ba-dup, where I kind of played the partial below and came up to it. Airspeed was a little bit too slow. But on the succeeding air attacks, I don't know, I think I fixed it. Moving on. Something that's really important is to have the space between the notes. It's like playing kind of like marcato quarter notes. You want that nice clear front to the note, and then also a nice healthy space between those two notes so that you can start that air attack again and not kind of rely on the chops buzzing between the notes to kind of keep things going. You want to start that note 5 separate times. And I'm not saying breathe in between each note, just so we're clear. Starting on E. I also want the sound to stay consistent as I move through this exercise. To be clear, I was not really happy with that top B flat the first time I played it on the legato. It was a different sound than the previous 4 notes. So I'm trying to make it all sound the same. Last one, at least for us mortals, you can keep going if you want. Definitely not the best possible version of that. There's a lot of weird stuff that happened to my face and my tongue right there, which does happen on the bass trombone since I'm making so much resistance right here and nowhere else. There's a lot of like muscle usage that's involved, as well as that very fast directed air. So that's the exercise. I usually do it all in a row, so I won't have these long breaks between each section. But if this is really hard for you, take 20 seconds between each one. And don't feel like you need to go all the way to high C or all the way to double F or whatever the first time you play this. First, I don't know, few weeks that I played this, I probably stopped around A because I realized I was getting really, really tired. And that's not conducive to building the high range. So take it slow. This is something that takes a while. And best of luck. Bye-bye.